It is 7:51 in the morning and I am on my third cup of coffee, so whew. Hey guys, thanks for coming back to check out another video. Do you appreciate that now you can see the top of my head? I played with my tripod some and I'm getting more professional, okay? But that's not what this video is about. This is our Empties video. I think this is the 7th video of the year for Empties, 7th or 8th, I don't know. It's in the title, you can see it. But I have quite the accumulation of products, so I'm not going to ramble anymore for an introduction. We are just gonna get right on into it. So the first thing we'll talk about is kind of like miscellaneous stuff. It's all impressed nails. Now, I did not finish off all 3 of these in a month. I have a box of like impressed nails that just live under my bathroom sink. And I went through them and like took them out, and all of these are ones that I've used throughout the year, obviously, but I had just like thrown them back in the box and I don't have enough to make full sets out of these anymore. So I'm gonna count these as done because they are. So the first one is in Harlem Shake. It was like this interesting blue with like an accent nail that was like white with like a interesting like geometric silver design. I didn't like the blue so much, but I liked the accent nails of these. And then I have, let's see, this is Yeah Boy, and you gotta say it like that too. So this was grays, I think you can see there. It was grays with like marble accent nails. There's some of them left in the packaging. Again, not really my favorite. This was just, you know, I know they're fake nails, but I don't want them to look too fake. Does that make sense? Like the marble accent nail kind of made them look too fake. So I would not purchase that particular set again. And then I have Lucky, which I like the accent nail of these, that like purpley glitter, but these are a matte nail, and so I do not like those. I think that they don't hold up as well as like the more like gel filling ones, the glossy ones. So I will not ever purchase a matte nail from Impress again. So there are those. Let's do hair care because I only have one item. I'm so proud of myself. I have finished off a shampoo. This is from the brand Rin Pure. This is their detoxifying charcoal shampoo. I got mine at Walmart. I love this stuff. I think it did a really good job to help clarify and like rinse out all the buildup from my hair. I get not dandruff, but like itchy scalp, itchy dry scalp, and I really feel like this helped a lot to combat that. So I didn't end up repurchasing this. I wanted to try the clarifying shampoo from Hask, and I gotta say, I've only used that one from Hask like 5 times so far, but I like this a lot better. So this will be the one that I will go back to. I just really enjoyed this. Can't rave enough about it. Okay, skincare, because there's a lot. I think that makes up the most of my empties. So I found under my bathroom counter, I thought I had used up all of these last year, but I found some makeup remover wipes. It's just the CVS brand. I don't buy things like this anymore. I think they're kind of wasteful. So I have my reusable cotton rounds, but when I found this under the sink, I was like, well, you might as well use it. Like, you've already spent the money on it. So I used them to take off swatches and things like that. But yeah, not something that I would actually like repurchase. So, and then I finished off 2 masks. I finished off one of the face masks that I had from Dermal. This was like their hydrating one. I really like this. You can get these off of Amazon. Again, personally will not repurchase them. I'm not judging you if you do. We all use things differently and we all enjoy different things. I just don't like single-use type products, but I do really enjoy these sheet masks. Now they will, I do have to say, they have a lot of the like essence or water or whatever you want to call it. So when you put this on, like, it's gonna drip down your neck and you're gonna have to like rub it into your neck and like this part of your chest. And I know a lot of people, that's just not for them. So if you don't like that, then don't get these, but you can find them on Amazon. And then I have, I don't know where this came from, but it's a hand mask, and this is the only, I checked because I did not like this. I have never used a hand mask before. I just had one. So I put them on and they were fine. Like, none of the stuff like dripped out down here, but like I couldn't do anything, you know, like I just had to sit there and it was kind of boring. So and also I didn't feel like this was supposed to be hydrating for your hands. And so since we're all like washing our hands more and things like that, like mine have been very dry, I thought this would be great for that. And I didn't really like, my hands didn't feel any different, any more moisturized after using this. So I would not, if you've like seen this out somewhere, I would not like recommend to try that out and like use it in the hopes of like it'll hydrate your hands, because no, it won't. Okay, then I have this face lotion. This is the Garnier Skin Active. I don't think you can read the like imprint on the thing because it's like the plasticky glass packaging, but it's their Moisture Rescue Refreshing Gel Cream. I did not like this. I think this caused some minor irritation and breakouts, and also this did not play well with my facial sunscreen. So I do a facial spray, then my serums, then my sunscreen, then a moisturizer. And since this was a gel one, it like reacted funny with the actual sunscreen moisturizer. No matter how long I let my sunscreen sink into my face. I think one day I tried it and like I put on my sunscreen and I waited a full hour before I came back and put on this moisturizer, and the sunscreen and the gel moisturizer still just kind of like pilled up and didn't work together. And I haven't had that, like I haven't experienced that with my sunscreen and just a regular moisturizer. So didn't like this, wouldn't repurchase. Can't use it over top of your SPF in my experience. Okay, then I have this mask from Philosophy. It's their Renewed Hope in a Jar. This is the Re-Energizing Moisture Mask. And so it looks like this. I could not tell you how old this is. That's, yeah, it's probably way past expired, but I was determined to use it up. So this is like their AHA mask. And it was very, if you have tried AHA masks in the past and you're like, oh, those are too aggressive for me, if you see this and you're willing to, I don't remember how much it is like price wise, but if you're willing to pay the price for this, this isn't that like intense. It doesn't like sting or burn when you put it on. It doesn't make your skin feel like tight or dry after you take it off. I don't feel like it did enough for my skin and my preference, but you know, maybe if you have more sensitive skin or something like that, you would be into this. But yeah, I'm not really all that happy with the Philosophy line. I think that was my last Philosophy product that I have, and so they're just not a skincare company that I have found that I like anything from them. I have tried their lotions in the past and I did like their lotions. Like they have a very heavenly smelling like mint lotion. Ooh, love that. But as far as like skincare goes, like no, I just haven't jived with anything. Okay, I have this very old bottle from Neutrogena. It's their Ultra Gentle Daily Cleanser. Words. So this is what it looks like. I don't even want to tell you how old this was. This whole big bottle, it's 354 mils or 12 fluid ounces. It took me forever to go through, and I didn't really like this. It was like one of those things where it was like, well, you bought it, you spent it, it's a face wash, like just use it. This wasn't like scented, which was nice, but it made my skin feel like tight after washing it, and I don't like that. Like I don't think that's necessary. You know what I mean? So happy to have this gone. I did use this a few times to clean my beauty sponge after using it, because why not? I mean, it's a daily cleanser. You could use it on your sponge. So I did cheat in a way, I guess, and use it up that way. Okay, then I have this big bottle. This is the 700 mils or 23.7 fluid ounces micellar water from Garnier. This is probably my favorite micellar water. I get these all the time at CVS in like the twin packs, and I just think it does a really good job of removing my makeup. It makes my skin feel nice and hydrated. I am interested to try the one from is it Bioderma or Bioderm? If you've tried that one, let me know. I think if I remember correctly, it has a little bit better like claims, and it's a little bit cheaper. But yeah, I have like, I'm not in the market for a micellar water right now because I have like probably 2-3 more bottles of this. So, but yeah, this is definitely a repurchase, and specifically the one in the pink cap top. I don't like the blue one or the green one. Okay, I have this toner from e.l.f. It's the Keep Your Balance toner. I had this in my collection, and I used up my glycolic acid toner from The Ordinary. So since I had this, I was like, well, let's use this, get this out, and not use the glycolic, like not repurchase the glycolic acid one right away. My skin hated this. My skin went through this big period of like freaking out. Like I had a lot of breakouts. As soon as I got my glycolic acid toner back, like it's calmed down a lot, like significantly. So I just don't think this does enough for me. If you have sensitive skin, or if you find that like toners make your skin feel overly dry, or like just any of those kind of complaints, maybe check this out. Maybe this would be enough for you, but this is too soft for me to use and I did not like it. Okay, I have another product from The Ordinary. This is their Buffet serum. I really like this. So this has like a combination of peptides in it, which if I'm not mistaken, and again, disclaimer for skincare, I'm not a dermatologist. You guys should go and do your own research. I just like to share with you my thoughts on it and what I have found through my own research, but I always encourage you to do your own. But with peptides, from what I understand, they just help your skin, help with like the hydration, like the suppleness, things like that. So I picked this up, and this is one of the more expensive products from The Ordinary, but I want to say this lasted forever. So I only used this once a day, and I only used half of like the little dropper amount, because if I used a full dropper, I noticed that my skin did feel like oily. So if you've tried this and that's your complaint, maybe cut back to once a day and half the amount. But I really do feel like this helped with my skin's hydration. I have another bottle. I have repurchased this. I'm interested to see how it holds up in the winter, because last winter on the like tip of my nose, I got like really horrible dry patches, and around the corners of my nose, and then around the corners of my mouth. So I am interested to see if my skincare routine as of now will help combat all of those dry skin issues that I face in the winter. Okay, last skincare item. I finished off a Mario Badescu facial spray. This was the lavender one. I really like these facial sprays. I think somebody told me that they are fragranced, which kind of, I thought that the fragrance you were experiencing in this, and maybe this was silly to think this, but I thought it was natural, like just from the, ingredients. But if they are fragrance, then maybe hold off on those, because they're not, fragrance in skincare isn't that good. I haven't had a reaction to these yet, and I really like the way they make my skin feel. So will I personally continue to repurchase them? Yes. Okay, then let's do body care and then makeup. Sorry, I came really close to the camera, but I had to grab my body care. So I have one body scrub for you. This is the Bath & Body Works Bahamas Passion Fruit and Banana Flower Body Scrub, and I loved the scent of this. It was oh so very banana, and oh so very floral, but more banana, and it was just really nice. Now this was only the 6-ounce tube, and so I flew through this. Like this wasn't part of my like price per use challenge, but I wish it would have been, because I'm curious to see how many actual uses I got out of this. And the scent was like the only redeeming thing about this. This just says it's a body scrub. I really prefer from Bath & Body Works. I like their sugar scrubs and their creamy scrubs. I think those do a good job. This had some type of like, not bead, but like the scrubbiness to it didn't like dissolve. Like with the sugar scrubs, for instance, like you can feel the grit, but as the sugar dissolves, like like, okay, I have scrubbed the absolute bejesus out of that area and I'm done. This, whatever scrubbiness was in here didn't dissolve, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the experience of it. The scent was the only redeeming quality. Okay, speaking of Bath & Body Works, I have a lotion from them. This is sea salt and lavender. I have cut this one open. I love this. I heard a lot of people say they didn't like the scent of this because the two together, like the sea salt and the lavender, but the sea salt, so the lavender, it's kind of on that more sickly sweet, like fake side, but the sea salt really, in my opinion, helped like tone that down and make it not as sickly sweet. So I really did enjoy this, and you guys know I like Bath & Body Works body creams. I think that they work really good for my skin. Okay, a fail though. This is from Bliss. This was their lemon and sage body butter. Now, I picked this up because it said body butter, and this was significantly cheaper than the Bath & Body Works one, and it was a little bit smaller. This was 6.7 fluid ounces or 200 mils, whereas this Bath & Body Works one is 8 ounces or 226 grams. So not like terribly smaller, but not as big. But anyway, my biggest gripe with this is that it is called a body cream, or a body butter, excuse me, which would make you think that it will be a thicker consistency, right? Because my skin is just far too dry for lotions. No, this is the consistency of a lotion, and it has no hydration whatsoever. You like would put this on, and then it would just like sit on top of your skin, like not sink in. You'd have to rub and rub and rub forever. Did not like this, will not. I love Bliss, like their masks, like their pumpkin mask is one of my favorite ones. But as far as like their body care stuff goes, like no thank you. Will not be traveling down that road again. Okay, then I have a body butter from an Etsy brand. This is from Nana's Garden. This is their lavender body butter, and oh, it smells like lavender, like actual herbal lavender. It's so nice. Just love it. I absolutely love these. These come and they're like a kind of they're a shea butter like consistency, but then when you rub them into your hands, it gets like an oily kind of texture, and then you put it on and it sinks really nicely into the skin. You don't feel that like greasy feeling, like it sinks in nicely. I have quite a few of these from this company, so I'm just like enjoying them. I use them at night. I really have found that on my dry, horribly cracked feet, these are great. And then you put like a pair of socks on, it's wonderful. So yes, 10 out of 10, would recommend. This has been probably one of my best finds on Etsy, is this little shop. So anyway, let's get into the makeup and then that will be it. So first, let's do this because it is makeup, but it isn't makeup. And I'm sitting here and I just realized we had a hair care item that I missed. So back to hair care. I had 2 items, not one. I have a Pantene dry conditioning mist. I like these. I think this does a good job. I dropped it and my little like nozzle broke off, but I did use up everything from this. So I have quite a few dry conditioning mists, and I'm trying to figure out which one I not only like the best, but which one is the most cost effective for me. So I feel like this, it did a good job. It did make my hair feel just a little bit oily, if that makes sense. And that might have been user error. Like I just might have been using too much. So, okay. Now on to makeup. The first thing, this is a makeup brush, and I love this brush, but it's starting to like fray and shed, and so this brush is like 3 years old. I repurchased it. It's time to say goodbye to this one, but it is the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. I love this to use to apply foundation. If you are looking for a nice foundation brush that doesn't break the bank, try this e.l.f. one. I really think that you will enjoy it. It's nice and like, I don't know, it's soft, but it's kind of thicker and dense, and I just think it applies foundation really nicely. Okay, let's see. Okay, I had this little thing. I'm still not sure how to actually use this. This is from Tarte. It was their Shape Tape Glow Wand. Now, I heard some people say like you put this over your concealer and it helps to like brighten your under eyes. You can use this as a liquid highlighter, like, you know, it's kind of up to you. I tried both ways and I just didn't like it. And this is expensive. This is just like a little mini size. Like the actual product is pretty expensive, so I would not spend my money on that. I just didn't like it. Don't really have much to say. Speaking of Tarte, I have a mascara from them. This is their Gifted mascara. This was just reaching the end of its life. I had it open for like 5 or 6 months, I want to say, and it was just starting to flake, and so mascara down. And then the last item from Tarte I have is my Skin Twinkle, what is this even called? The Twinkle Stick Highlighter. I think all the lettering has rubbed off the package. This was my oldest cream stick highlighter. I did dig it out. You can see it in there. And if you were following along in my Partners in Cream project pan, you know that I like dug it out and like put it into this palette from the Balm. And so I just want to show you all that's left in there is my blushes. Like I have officially finished off that cream highlighter, and I enjoyed it more when it was in stick form and I could just use it as an actual cream highlighter. When I like deposited it into this, it started to like dry out, and so I had to use it quickly. So yeah, not like, it was a good product, just if I had this again, I would not dig it out for that reason. Okay, I have this little mini guy. It's a Milk Makeup cream bronzer in the shade Baked. Now for full transparency, I was using this and I rolled it up just the teeniest bit and it all cracked and it fell on the floor. And if you're new here, hello, I have 4 animals, and so when things fall on the floor, I don't care how clean my house is, things that fall on the floor do not get used anymore, like with makeup and stuff like that. So calling this done, I really enjoyed this as far as a cream bronzer goes. I have another one from Wet n Wild. Do they achieve the same thing? Yeah, they do. And this one is like, this was a $15 just for the little mini. It's a $30 for like the full size. And the Wet n Wild one was like probably $4. So I don't know. And I'm going back and forth. I'm enjoying having the cream bronzer, but does it really do anything like for my makeup? I don't think so. So I think once I get that Wet n Wild one done, that I will just eliminate cream bronzers from my collection. Okay, and then the last thing is, you guys have already seen this, but it's an Empties video. So from my BH Cosmetics Blushing in Bali palette, I have finished off that first blush. I absolutely loved the shade of this. It was one of those like light baby doll pink blushes, and it just layered so nicely with like other pinks or peachy blushes. Like, I am finding that I really like putting on 2 blushes on my face. So really happy to have finished this off. Now, this particular formula, if you are interested in like picking up a palette from them, it is a softer pressed formula. It's not very hard pressed at all. And you can see in there, like, the pans are not that deep, but this is only like $16 for 3 blushes and 3 highlighters, which I think is a pretty good deal. I got this last year for Christmas, and so I was like consistently using this, but not like officially panning it, probably from January until now. So it took about 8 months to finish off that one blush, which I think is pretty good. So, but that is it. That is all the empties we have. Thanks for sitting here and listening to me ramble. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I will just talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.